देखे किरकिरती भी जहां मिलने लगी क्रिकेट की सारी बातें जहां जोश भी है जहां होश भी है जहां क्रिकेट है आओ देखे क्रिकेट टीवी।
मेजर टॉकिंग तो इनको ही करना है ना।
नमस्ते, आदाब, गुड इवनिंग, हेलो फ्रॉम क्रिकेट टीवी। वर्ल्ड वुमेन्स वर्ल्ड कप 2025 के स्पेशल टेलीकास्ट में आपका स्वागत है। आज हम बात करेंगे कल के मैच के बारे में, भारत और साउथ अफ्रीका का। लेकिन उसके पहले नारायण पसारी सर को फिर से हम स्वागत करते हैं। 2 प्रोग्राम में आए नहीं थे, तबीयत खराब थी उनकी। नारायण सर, वेलकम बैक टू द प्रोग्राम। एंड एज यूजुअल वी हैव आवर 2 lovely ladies who will give you their comments, analysis on the match and of course the tournament. हेतवी पटेल, प्रिया जोशी। कल 10वां मैच था और 10 मैच के बाद स्टैंडिंग ये है कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया इज राइट ऑन टॉप विथ 3 मैचेस प्लेड, 2-1, 1 drawn. Second place is South Africa. I'm right?
Yeah.
And that
No,
third
second place is England.
India.
Sorry, my apology. सेकंड प्लेस इज इंग्लैंड। 2 खेली है, 2 जीती है, 4 अंक पे है। और उनका रन रेट जो है वो साउथ अफ्रीका से ज्यादा है। साउथ अफ्रीका 3 जीती है, सॉरी इंडिया 3 जीती है, 3 खेली है, 2 जीती है, 1 हारी है, 4 अंक पे है, थर्ड नंबर पे है। साउथ अफ्रीका सेम, 3 खेली है, 2 जीती है, 1 हारी है, 4 अंक पे है। लेकिन उनका नेट रन रेट इंडिया से कम है, इसलिए चौथे नंबर पे। और 5वें पे बांग्लादेश, और जो नीचे 3 है वो आप जानते ही है कौन है। तो अब इसके बाद अब मेरे ख्याल से काफी रोमांचक होगा टूर्नामेंट, क्योंकि अब कांटे की टक्कर होगी। अब देखना पड़ेगा कि कौन तीसरे चौथे। ऑस्ट्रेलिया शायद अपना एक सुप्रीमेसी थोप चुकी है इस टूर्नामेंट पे, एक भी मैच नहीं हारी है। इंग्लैंड जीती है, लेकिन उनके जो बांग्लादेश का जो उनका मैच हुआ था काफी टच एंड गो था, शायद हार भी जाती थी इंग्लैंड। तो आई डोंट थिंक दे हैव डोमिनेटेड द टूर्नामेंट। ऑस्ट्रेलिया हैज एब्सोल्युटली डोमिनेटेड द टूर्नामेंट। अदर टीम्स आर स्टिल फाइंडिंग द फीट। सो हम बात करिए कल के मैच के बारे में। इंडिया साउथ अफ्रीका का जो कल मैच हुआ काफी रोमांचक रहा। पहले टॉस में साउथ अफ्रीका टॉस जीता और उन्होंने भारत को बल्लेबाजी दी। उसके बाद क्या हुआ सुनते हैं हमारे एक्सपर्ट से। क्या हुआ, क्यों हुआ, कैसे हुआ, ये क्या हुआ, कैसे क्या हो सकता था और क्या हुआ, ये सुनते हैं हम हमारे 3 एक्सपर्ट से। पहले हम एज यूजुअल जाएंगे प्रिया के साथ, फिर हम जाएंगे हितवी के पास, और फिर खास विश्लेषण जो नारायण सर करते हैं सटीक नारायण सर, उसके बाद जाएंगे। प्रिया जी, पहले आपके कमेंट्स कल के मैच के बारे में।
कल का जो मैच था जो विशाखापट्टनम में खेला गया था, तो इंडिया ने पहले बैटिंग की और उन्होंने बनाए 251 एट द लॉस ऑफ ऑल विकेट्स इन 49.2 ओवर्स। और साउथ अफ्रीका जीत गए। दे मेड मोर रन्स। अच्छी बात ये रही कि इसमें ऋचा घोष बहुत अच्छा खेली। शी मेड 94 ऑफ 77 बॉल्स। And she is now in this innings के बाद she has become the highest ever scorer by a batter at number 8 और lower in women's ODI। तो एक रिकॉर्ड बनाया है उन्होंने। लेकिन साउथ अफ्रीका, इंडिया की बैटिंग जो है, टॉप ऑर्डर देखे तो अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं किया, जिसके कारण लोअर ऑर्डर पे प्रेशर काफी बढ़ गया। अगर वो 280 तक रन्स बना लेते थे तो शायद जीतने का चांस हमें ज्यादा था, बट हम ज्यादा रन्स नहीं बना पाए। ऑस्ट्रेलिया साउथ अफ्रीका सॉरी बहुत ही अच्छा खेला, स्पेशली नदीन डी क्लार्क। शी मेड 84 ऑफ 54 बॉल्स और काफी अच्छा खेले साउथ अफ्रीका। एंड इट वाज अ वेरी टाइट मैच। और लास्ट ओवर में अगर देखें तो उन्होंने 4s और 6s मार के वो जीत गए। अदरवाइज इट वाज अ वेरी टाइट मैच।
Yes, extremely. I think I think till about the last 10-12 was it was felt that India
Yes.
has already won the match। और स्पेशली जब वुलवार्ड का विकेट गया 36वें ओवर में, तब ये 32वें ओवर में शायद, तब ये सोचा गया कि चलो अब तो मैच क्या है, भारत ही जीतने वाली है। लेकिन ओडीआई में फॉर द फॉर्च्यून्स टू फ्लक्चुएट डजंट टेक much time. It just takes one good innings and then everything changes. Hitvi, your comments on yesterday's match?
It was the 46th over, the 18-run over by Kritika, Kirti Good.
You said it.
it was horrible. I mean that was the turning point. Otherwise, we almost had it. It was avoidable.
Yes.
We could have won, I feel, but it was that over that, gave them the right kind of momentum, and it was then matter of 3 overs and the game was done. I think India will have to look at their opening
Hmm.
partnership that we haven't seen that grow.
Hmm.
Or, we spoke about Smriti Mandana coming to the game and she hasn't come to the party yet. And the death over bowling, I think even that needs to be looked at. वो last over कौन करेगा में सारा कुछ मतलब
Hmm.
फैल गया.
Yes, I think, but of course, I will reserve my comments on that till I hear Narayan speaking. नारायण सर, वो कल की मैच काफी काटे की टक्कर थी, मेरे ख्याल से बहुत ही बढ़िया थी. एज अ क्रिकेट गेम, आई थिंक इट वाज अ वंडरफुल एक्सपीरियंस टू वॉच दैट मैच, एंड आई थिंक लर्न फ्रॉम हाउ साउथ अफ्रीका प्लेड. योर कमेंट्स फर्स्ट.
So I will start that India should now first look at who could bowl the death overs. Like we
Hmm.
have a death bowler
Yeah.
in the men's world. We have a lot of including Hardik, even our other bowlers who are specialist death bowlers. वो इंडिया में देखा तो नहीं रहे. मतलब लास्ट 5 ओवर में भी आप स्पिनर को खिला रहे हो. यू
Hmm.
नो दीप्ति शर्मा को भी डलवा रहे हो और अदर स्पिनर्स को भी डलवा रहे हो. एंड यू लेफ्ट दैट 10th दैट 50th ओवर फॉर गॉड. बट तो मेरे को ऐसा लगा कि वो एक एरिया है जो उनको देखना चाहिए. और देयर आर लॉट ऑफ सिमिलरिटीज बिटवीन इंडिया एंड साउथ अफ्रीका. इंडिया आल्सो वर 102 for six in 25 overs. Again, the entire top and middle order failed. If you see, Smriti failed, Harleen failed, Captain Gaur failed, Jemima failed, and Gipti also failed. So, उनके अभी आप देखोगे ना, they were also almost at one point of time 81 for 5, and then 142 for 6 when the captain got out. But the captain had put, I would give a big hand to Captain Laura that she, though opening the innings, she played a great innings of 70, and build up the innings, and then she got out at 111, and then Clark took over from there basically. So Clark and Tran took over from there. तो ऐसा भी है. प्लस इंडिया का टॉप बॉलर उनके स्पिनर के सामने जमे नहीं. क्योंकि इंडिया के सब बॉलर्स है ना, दे लॉस्ट मोस्ट ऑफ द डैमेजेस वर डन बाय ट्रायन एंड माइनर. तो ये भी एक अपने को देखना है कि अगर अपने टॉप टॉप एंड मिडल बैटर ऑर्डर्स इन बैटर्स डोंट प्ले तो क्या हो सकता है. ये तो अच्छा था कि वी हैड अ ऋचा घोष. so she came at number 8, played a gem of an innings, and had she not played, India would have been great trouble. And I'm a bit sorry for her that she could not score the century. 94 runs पे आउट हो गई वो और 6 रन रह गए उनके. बट दैट नॉक केम एट अ वेरी राइट टाइम.
Hmm.
7 balls, 11 fours, 4 sixes, अच्छा मारा उन्होंने. और दो अच्छी पार्टनरशिप रही. आप उस पर एक चीज देखोगे ना, तो अमनजोत इज इज एन ऑलराउंडर. शी प्लेड some 44 balls for a 13 runs. She gave good support to रिचा घोष. लेकिन अगर वो सपोर्ट काम नहीं आए तो उसका जैसे स्नेह राणा ने जो 33 मारे ना, तो दैट वाज गुड सपोर्ट. तो ये भी अपने को एक देखना है कि कैसे है. बट रिचा हैज टू बी कमेंडेड फॉर अ रोल. एटलीस्ट इंडिया कुड पुट अ रिस्पेक्टेबल टोटल फॉर द बॉलर्स टू डू समथिंग फॉर द टू डिफेंड दैट स्कोर. तो इनिशियल यही थॉट्स है. और उनके तरफ से तो क्लर्क ने 3 ओवर में 7 गेंदों में 36 रन मार के पूरा
Hmm.
गेम. एंड दे आर नोन टू चेज वेल. दे अंडरस्टैंड देयर गेम एंड दे हैव दिस स्लॉग गाइज एट द एंड. तो उन्होंने वैसा गेम खेला. टक्कर अच्छी रही, लेकिन वो जो डेथ ओवर की बॉलिंग होनी चाहिए वो नहीं रही. तो इंडिया ये ऑलमोस्ट गेम हार चुका. आई थॉट दे कुड टेक इट टू द लास्ट ओवर इन द लास्ट बॉल फ्यू बॉल्स, लेकिन वो सेकंड लास्ट ओवर में उन्होंने गेम खत्म कर. निखिल.
I think if you analyze what went wrong is probably the choice of the team. You cannot have four specialist bowlers when you're playing South Africa. So if you see the 10 overs that were for the fifth bowler, they were shared between Harmanpreet Kaur and uh, uh, what's her name? I forget. Amanjot. Amanjot is not a bowling all-rounder, she's a batting all-rounder, which means that her strength is batting and she bowls.
Yes.
So now what happens is you've gone into the match against the South African batting lineup, which is awesome, with just four bowlers. And you said, okay, बाकी हम 10 ओवर है और हरमनप्रीत 5 डाल देगी, अमनजोत 5 डाल देगी, और हमारे जो बाकी चार जो है वो विकेट लेगी. गॉड विल टेक विकेट्स, नेराना विल टेक विकेट्स, दीप्ति विल टेक विकेट्स. See, this type of analysis and understanding of the opposition was missing. I think they somehow underestimated South Africa's batting prowess based on the first two matches. कि हम दो आप अगर ट्रेंड देखेंगे तो हमारा जो बैटिंग है वो एकदम अभी कंसिस्टेंट हो चुका है. वेरी कंसिस्टेंट. पहले 4-5 लोग आते जाते हैं और फिर बाद में 5-6 लोग खेलते हैं, और जो 100 पे 6 और 102 पे 7 और 106 पे 7 होके फिर हम 250 बना देते हैं. और फिर हमें लगता है कि हमारे बॉलर आके उस स्कोर को डिफेंड करेंगे. नहीं होता है. जब आप वर्ल्ड वर्ल्ड स्टेज पे है और जब आप साउथ अफ्रीका के साथ खेल रहे हो, और साउथ अफ्रीका की बैटिंग आप देखते हैं तो 20 ओवर में उनके 5 विकेट गए. छठा विकेट गया 16 ओवर के बाद, सातवें विकेट गया उसके 10 ओवर के बाद, यानी 26 ओवर में एक ही विकेट गया. अगर आप देखेंगे 20 ओवर और 46 ओवर के बीच में एक ही विकेट गया, यानी तीन बल्लेबाज 26 ओवर खेल गए. और जब तीन बल्लेबाज 26 ओवर खेलते हैं तो स्वाभाविक है कि जो जो खेल रहा है वही जीतेगा, क्योंकि 26 ओवर खेलने के बाद दे हैव गॉट देयर आई इन, दे आर कंफर्टेबल, दे नो हाउ द बॉल इज मूविंग, the bowlers are tired, it is hot, and when you come into the end, and as Hetvi said, the turning point was the 17th over. I do not, I was praying that she would not give the ball to God. And the only team was Dipti. She should have given the ball to Dipti because it was clear that the batters were going to come after these bowlers on the 70th. They had to. With 41 to go off 4, they had no choice but to go after the bowler, right? So then you had to have that bowler who was smart, experienced. God is good, but God is new, right? Inexperienced. She just played a few matches. Dipti comes from a very deep, experienced background. If that over had gone to, I'm not saying we could have won the match. I'm just saying that it could have been a little more interesting, and that 17th over would not have gone for 19 runs the way it went. So I think that slight error of judgment and those horrible 10 overs, 6 with Amanjot and 4 with Harmanpreet, like part-time bowlers. You cannot play the World Cup like this. You cannot. You have to have your five good bowlers there, especially against opposition like South Africa. Or you can do this with Bangladesh. You can do it with probably Sri Lanka. You can 100% do it with Pakistan. You cannot do it with South Africa. You cannot do it with England, with Australia. The match coming up on Sunday. You need good bowlers. And I mentioned that in the pre-show also, that the key is going to be Renuka. And unfortunately they didn't take her. She would have throttled the batting. But she's experienced, right? She's somebody like I always compare to Arshdeep. She has the ability to control the run flow. Amanjot is a batter, and she bowls also. She's like Shivam Dube. You cannot think that Shivam Dube and Arshdeep are the same, right? In terms of bowling, they're not. So I think if you think Shivam Dube can win a match for you on his bowling prowess, out of the question. So I think this is the where we probably stumbled, and the batting, as Hetvi and Priya and Narayan, you said, we need to really shore up. Something is wrong. We cannot have the top five going in the first 100 runs. They have to play good starts. Smriti made 22, Pratika made 30 something plus.
Exactly.
I think Harlan and Jemima failed yesterday, but that's okay. It happens once in a while. But when you start, when you go to the 20s, 30s, you have to convert them into 50s and 50s into hundreds. That in a 50 over already. Yeah. You have to stand there. You have to stay there. You have to play. See how the Africans were patient. They didn't lose. They didn't panic. They played 20 overs आराम से, सिंगल लिया, and we started thinking हम मैच जीत गए. अभी नहीं होता है ये. इसे ओडीआई में 50 ओवर में प्रेशर डालना जरूरी है, 50 ओवर के लिए, ना कि 20 ओवर के लिए. और मेरे ख्याल से हमने यहाँ पे भी लॉस्ट द प्लॉट. वी अलाउड देम टू बिल्ड पार्टनरशिप्स. वी अलाउड देम टू take the singles and keep the run rate below 7. And if the run rate is below 7 and below 8 throughout, they're going to win. That's my input. What do you think of Narayan about the bowling? I think they need. Don't you think India needs to
नहीं
look at it very, 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 very
आप
seriously? Narayan. Naren?
Yeah. If you see the bowlers, God, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead. We can hear you.
सो हाँ सो आप देखोगे ना, या आप देखोगे ना कि गॉड ने इंपॉर्टेंट विकेट्स, है ना, बट शी वाज वेरी एक्सपेंसिव. 60 रन्स, टू बी गिवन, इट्स नॉट बैड. दूसरा आप देखो, अमनजीत ने 5.5 में, मतलब 6 ओवर के अंदर 40 रन दिए, है ना. एंड स्नेहा एंड दीप्ति वर ऑल्सो एक्सपेंसिव. सो अगर आपके, एक्सेप्ट फॉर श्री चरनी, शी गेव ओनली 37 रन्स and took one wicket, and she was to the point. She knew where to bowl. She targeted the off and middle almost. तो किसी को there were no chances of hitting her outside the park. तो बहुत कम था. तो एक वो भी इम्पोर्टेंट है, और आपकी पॉइंट ये भी सही है कि रेणुका सिंह को खिलाना चाहिए था. द वे शी इन लास्ट मैच व्हेन शी वाज टेकन, उनकी आप बॉलिंग देखोगे
Yes,
ना,
yes,
शी
yes,
वाज फायर इन दैट मैच. हाँ.
yes,
तो
yes.
ये अमनजोत का जो ये आना जाना करना, वो अच्छा नहीं था. आई अग्री कि साउथ अफ्रीका, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, दे आर स्ट्रॉन्ग एंड पावरफुल, एंड दे आर इन द टॉप 4. वो तो रहने वाले हैं, अच्छा गेम खेलते हैं. तो उनका एक एंड, वी आर इन गुड हैंड्स ऑफ अमोल मजूमदार. अमोल ऑल्सो इज अ वेरी सीजन्ड कोच, नया
Yeah,
नहीं है
absolutely.
बेसिकली.
Absolutely.
आज के 25 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है.
Yes.
तो वो समझता है साइक को. ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई कोई नव सिखा को बिठा दिया, ऐसा नहीं है. तो एक वो भी है. तो मेरे ख्याल से मेरे को लगा कि रेणुका सिंह को, ठाकुर को खिलाएंगे, लेकिन उन्होंने, और एक बैटर कम कर दिया. लेकिन द कमेंट्री में यही बोल रहे थे कि इंडिया वांटेड टू बैट डीप, और कल हो सकता है कि वो डीप काम भी आया अपने को. बट
Yeah.
जैसे मैंने कहा कि अमनजू ने 44 बॉल्स लिए और खाली 13 रन बनाए, सो इट वाज हार्डली एनीथिंग देखा जाए. इन द लास्ट मैच ही स्कोर्ड 57, प्रीवियस मैच, जिसको फर्स्ट मैच में जहाँ उसको लिया गया. तो ये बहुत लाउड थिंकिंग करनी पड़ेगी. जैसे अदर टीम्स खेल रही है, दे पे विद लॉट ऑफ बॉलिंग ऑलराउंडर्स एंड नॉट अ बैटिंग ऑलराउंडर. आई एग्री विद यू. सो दे हैव टू प्ले विद मोर बॉलिंग ऑलराउंडर्स, और करना चाहिए उनको. मेरे को क्या देखा जाए तो, दे हैव नॉट ट्राइड अरुंधति रेड्डी. शी इज देयर इन द टीम, एंड शी इज अ गुड राइट आर्म फीडियस फास्ट बॉलर. तो ट्राई करना चाहिए उनको, मेरे को लगता है. क्यों नहीं करना चाहिए?
Yes. And Hitvi, what do you think about Smriti's batting yesterday?
Started off well, but then of course she's somebody who needs to anchor the innings long term for the team, which did not happen. She did not capitalize it. She was slow, she was persistent, but she did not capitalize it after a point, and that's what is expected from an experienced player like Smriti.
And Priya, you think the top five something needs to be done?
इनफैक्ट अगर
Yeah, Naren.
आप
Yeah,
देखोगे,
yeah, yeah,
मिस्टर
yeah,
निखिल, अगर
yeah.
आप देखोगे कि स्मृति डिड नॉट गेट ए बाउंड्री टिल द 21st बॉल.
Yeah.
मतलब 3.5 ओवर के बाद में पहली बाउंड्री आई उनकी. वो भी उन्होंने एक बड़ा 6 मारा था, देखा जाए,
Yes.
है ना. एंड शी वाज स्ट्रगलिंग विद द टाइमिंग्स. आप देखोगे ना, शी मेड अ पर्सनल रिकॉर्ड yesterday by scoring 982 runs now. So she is the highest, in a calendar year by a batter in women ODIs. उसका एवरेज ऑलमोस्ट 60 है. अगर 60 में आज उन्होंने 4 चौके मारे, 4 सेंचुरी, 3 मारी है, तो शी हैज टू कम टू दैट टर्म्स नाउ. इट्स हाई टाइम, बिकॉज द मोस्ट ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट मैचेस will, the next 3 matches are very important for India. So she has to come to the party. Very important, actually.
And I
And
think
even
also,
Amar,
yeah, go ahead.
and
Go ahead.
even the captain and Jemima also, basically. और अगर नहीं है तो हेर फदल करके try to somebody else.
Yeah, because I know
बोलिए.
what bothers me more, and Priya, I don't know whether you observed that they are unable to rotate the strike. If you watch Pratika Rawal, out of almost every ball that she played, she would get a run. That means she would play a ball, take a run, go to the other side. The other batter, whether it was Smriti or whether it was Jemima, whether it was Harleen or whether it was Harmanpreet, they just could not rotate the strike. They would take 3 4 dot balls, play, try to take singles, not succeed, and then try to hit a big shot and get out. So I think the ability to rotate the strike, which the South Africans showed admirably in that period of 20 to 46 overs, when they were not hitting big shots, just getting those singles in to keep the run rate at a certain level. I think that ability to rotate the strike was badly missing. What do you think? Yeah.
या सर आई थिंक कि जो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जो टॉप ऑर्डर है बैटिंग का दे आर नॉट परफॉर्मिंग और ये थर्ड मैच है उनका स्मृति अगर देखें स्टेटिस्टिक्स वाइज तो शी इज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट वी हैव बट शी इज नॉट बीन परफॉर्मिंग एट ऑल तो आई डोंट नो कि उनका कोऑर्डिनेशन नहीं है एक दूसरे के साथ या फिर कोई स्ट्रैटेजी नहीं है कि कैसे उनको खेलना है आई डोंट नो व्हाट इज मिसिंग बट दे डेफिनेटली नीड टू वर्क इट आउट अगेंस्ट ऑस्ट्रेलिया बिकॉज कल का मैच जो था उसमें bowling was still better, but batting was very underperforming.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a question of obviously there's this lovely advertisement that we're going on Patrick. I mean that class is permanent but form is temporary, and I think that is very very true of Smriti Mandana that she has class but her form somewhere
Mm.
is not there, and I think and the biggest the biggest thing I blame her for is not rotating the strike. You may not hit you are not able to strike the ball. You're not getting your boundary. That's fine. That's perfectly all right. But at least you know that Pratika Rawal is hitting well. She's got her timing. She's very smooth. And when she plays, I think of Rohit Sharma because her cover drives are so beautiful. You know, she has that very lovely timing of the ball. She doesn't hit hard. She hits her timing is perfect. Her placement is perfect. That's why she gets boundaries. Now you have to give her more of the batting, and you be on the other side. For that, you have to take a single every ball. Every time you come on strike, you just place the ball, play with softness, take a single, and let Pratika do the needful. And you don't stand there eating up all those dot balls. So I think that's where both Smriti and I think the people who come after her, Jemima, Harleen, and maybe even Harmanpreet, they need to ensure that somebody who's in form like a Pratika Rawal must be given more of the batting and let her play more of and then let her do her thing, and then you can come in later. But they're not doing that. So I think they need to sit down and figure that out. Narayan, any changes in the team you would suggest for Australia? After based on this performance, we are doing a review, we are doing a preview. But based on this
I
performance,
think,
would you
I
would you
think,
throw somebody out?
yeah, yeah. I think they have to take in Renuka Singh Thakur the way she bowled that day, and she was very steady.
Mm.
And we will require a good pacer. तो क्या है, especially the power play, the first power play, the first 10 over has to be perfectly done actually. There should be no God is bowling good, no doubt. God को भी क्या किया वो लास्ट एक ओवर में ही खाली उसने काफी रन दे दिए. She got that at that 146 runs, 42 पे जाके. One point I wanted to make was when the captain got out, Laura, they were 110 runs short for victory. 142 के ऊपर out हुए.
Mm.
And that time Clerk came in and Clerk hit 84 out of the 110 runs. See the hard hitting, the way she built up, and
Mm.
Tyson and other people gave her good support. But they played to a good plan.
Mm.
And so let's see how we have to also understand and study the Australian team perfectly and see how they work out. ये देखना पड़ेगा.
Yes, uh, Hitri, from you, what did you think of Richa's innings? I think there was the classic innings yesterday. She played that
Just inning, yes,
94.
yes, it was. She played like she was the most senior player. She understood she had to, she took the responsibility on herself. She played with intent, and that's only how she got her 94. She played the right ball. She played it well. She was not going around like, कोई भी बॉल पे कुछ भी नहीं कर रही थी वो. She knew what she was doing, and she knew what role she had to play now, and that's how we were at 254.
And if you compare her to D Clark, you think who would you rate better?
Hmm. I think I would rate Richa Ghosh better because she was in much like the role she had played. The situation we were in was much more tricky than what South Africa was. I mean, South
Priya, what do you
Africa.
think?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Ritvi, you were
No,
saying
that's
something.
it. That's it.
Priya, what do you think between the two batters, between De Klerk and Richa, whom would you rate in yesterday's match?
I
Whose
would
whose was a
say
better inning?
I would say D Clerk because I think she made more runs out of less balls. So I think that I would favor her, and I think she was more calm. So I would favor her, yes.
And I think what was commendable about her innings that I found was that she paced it. She did not come and start hitting. She got her eye in. She was not in a hurry. She was looking at the right delivery. She was hardly beaten by any of the bowlers. So it was not that she was flashing and getting away with it. Her shots were clean shots. Her placements were fantastic. She was hitting the ball where there were no fielders. When
Hmm.
she was taking the aerial route, if you saw the last four, five, three, four sixes that she hit, they were all safe. Nothing went to hand. Nothing went close to hand. And I think that ability under pressure when you're chasing. See, Richa Ghosh was not chasing, right? Richa had the liberty of deciding what she wanted to do because there was no target. When there's a target and when you're chasing, there's pressure on you. Because if I don't reach there, I'm going to lose. That thing is there. So and that was not there with Richa. So she had more freedom. This lady did not have the freedom, and the lady played, I think, the clean shots and the pacing. I like the pacing of the innings. She said she stepped it up. She was playing, if you see the run rate, 3.9 to 4.9 to 7.9 in the 10-10 overs that were there. They stepped up the pressure slowly, and that in that what happens, the opposition doesn't realize it. I think Harmanpreet and all were caught napping. They did not realize the plan to which they were bowling against. And I think that's where we failed. We forgot that we had to examine the opposition. Always know your enemy when you're playing. If you don't know
Yes.
your enemy, you can't win. I think we didn't know the enemy. Top heavy, top heavy, top heavy. पहले 5-6 विकेट ले लो आप जीत गए. वो
Hmm.
हमारे our commentators were saying that gone, six gone, India winning. छह गए अभी जीत जाएंगे. That means you had not studied your opposition. You didn't know that what De Klerk could do, what Tyrone could do, and what the batter that came after her could do. I think that lack of understanding of your opposition, and then letting Amanjot come and bowl the 19th over, and you had no choice because she was the only bowler left, or there was nobody else to bowl, and you didn't have that depth in the bowling, so you had to rely on some part-time bowler to do that, and then whenever De Klerk in full flow,
Hmm.
there's no way that Amanjot could have controlled her. So I think that's where we went wrong, Naren.
If you see one thing, when Tryon got out at around 210 or 200, there was still 40 runs happened in the 46th over, correct? Now,
Yeah.
I don't know what there was some message when the new batter came in, the Goba, she came in when Taran got out. No? He gave some message to De Klerk कि क्या करना है, and then you see what happens. She took charge in the 47th over. God 664 dot dot dot. Deepti next over 48. She hit for two fours, and then Amanjit 49 two sixes. तो ये तीन दो पांच दो सात सात बॉल में 36 रन मारे. तो 40 में से 36 उसमें कवर हो गए, बाकी जो भी सिंगल. एंड शी न्यू दैट मेरे ऑपोजिट में जो प्लेयर है, शी इज अ बॉलर, शी इज नॉट अ बैटर. तो मेरे को ही स्ट्राइक रखनी है, यू नो सो दे प्ले टू अ प्लान.
They
आफ्टर
played
दैट
to a
या
plan.
गिर. हाँ,
Exactly.
क्योंकि इनिंग्स जो बॉल्स कम होते जा रहे हैं कई बार, तो इफ यू सी एट वन पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द बॉल्स एंड द रन वाज 25.
Yes.
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 25
Exactly.
रन, 23
Yeah.
रन, 22 रन, वो चल
Hmm.
रहा था. उसके बाद में द वे दे प्लान कि भाई अभी बॉलर है सामने, हिट आउट करो, देखते हैं क्या होता है. बट दे प्लेस एज आई से, जैसे आपने कहा, उन्होंने जो दो सिक्स और तीन चौके मारे ना, वो वेल प्लेस थे, वहां कोई फील्डर ही नहीं था.
Superb placement.
तो
A
वहां
brilliant
वन मोर
placement.
एरिया ऑफ कंसर्न, हाँ, वन मोर एरिया ऑफ कंसर्न इज in the death overs where to place also should be discussed in the team planning.
Absolutely.
डेथ
I think
बॉलर भी कहाँ है, और डेथ के टाइम में प्लेसमेंट भी कहाँ होना चाहिए, लुकिंग एट द बैटिंग स्किल्स ऑफ द बैटर. एक्चुअली ये कहाँ मार सकता है, कहाँ मार सकती है, लेट्स अप्लाई दैट.
I think we were playing as if we had won the match after
Yeah.
37, 36
हाँ,
overs.
या
No? We were like चलो चलो डालना है 14 ओवर डाल के खत्म
Hmm.
करो. That, but that eye on the enemy was missing. आपने वो आप you missed the eye of the fish, with the fish that you're trying to put the arrow at. So I think that you can't lose sight of that. I think that's what happened yesterday. So I think that's a good analysis. Anybody wants to say anything before we wind up and go on to the preview of tomorrow's match? Hetvi, any last thoughts? Last thoughts from you?
But I think पहले 5 खो के हम वर्ल्ड कप नहीं जीत पाएंगे, तो we'll have to work on that.
पहले 5 खोके मत बोलना, खोका मीन्स करोड़ in betting.
अरे
But you're right. If you lose the top five in the 100,
wickets.
you cannot make a fight of this match. You have, batting deep is one thing, but you can't say batting deep means I can afford to lose wickets. Batting deep, once in a while you want to use 7, 8, 9, and 10. Not every match. Priya?
Sir, if you look at the table, even though we are at number 3, but still, जो पहले दो हैं and us, there is a vast difference. If we don't look at the points and we look at the run rate, we are far behind. So we need to do well in the next match.
We need to shore up against Australia, and that's the toughest team to play with.
Yes.
Narayan?
अभी ये जो नेक्स्ट 4 मैच है ना, मैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया की मैच की बात नहीं कर रहा, चारों मैच में से कम 3 मैच जीतने हैं.
Hmm.
So I'm not naming which 3, but 3 मैच है तो we go to 10 points at least, and then we see where we stand, basically.
Right.
अपने को the way we are playing, I don't think so we'll escape through very easily. We have to really fight it out over there.
Yes.
Absolutely. So let's go into the preview side of this recording and this conversation. So Priya, you would like to end this and move on to the next one. We are coming back with the preview in a short while. Thank you.
आओ देखें किरकिरी